Hello! Looking at number 18 from the Chapter 9, Chapter 10 test, dealing with double angle trig identities. We're looking at cosine of 2x or 2 theta. I chose to write x because theta confuses you. And we are also looking at sine of 2x or 2 theta. Now with cosine, we have options to choose from. Since I am given information about cosine being greater than 0 or cosine is positive, I'm going to choose the identity that just has cosine. So that identity is 2 times cosine squared minus 1. And then on the next part of the problem, we're using only one option for sine of 2 theta or 2x. It is 2 times sine of x cosine of x. So I'm given information about tangent, which is of course sine over cosine or y over x. So we can look at negative 2 as negative 2 over 1, which allows me to separate those, and I can then see negative 2 is indeed my y or my sine value, and x is equal to 1, which is my cosine value. Then when we do that, we have to figure out what is the value of our radius using x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. Replacing x with 1, y with negative 2. We solve that and we find out that our radius is indeed negative 5. Now we can rewrite our cosine, which is x over r, with the values that we found. So we were given x is 1, and we just found that our radius, or r, is square root of 5. We don't have to rationalize this. We can keep this as is, just because we're going to be squaring it in the identity, and that'll take care of that nasty radical. So we go plug this back into the identity, 2 times cosine of x minus 1, with the value of 1 over square root of 5. We square that, we get 1/5. Multiply times 2, we get 2/5. And then since we are subtracting fractions, we have to have a common denominator. So we can change our 1 into 5 over 5. And when we subtract that, we get negative 3/5. Booyah! Then looking at the next part of this, where we're finding sine of 2x. We're using this identity. We already know that our cosine is 1 over square root of 5, which we can plug that in here. And we know that sine of x is equal to y over our radius, and we were given that our y was negative 2, and we found our radius of square root of 5. Plug that into the identity. We multiply across. I did put the outside 2 over 1 because sometimes you guys forget that we have a numerator and denominator with whole numbers. So the 2 we are multiplying times negative 2 and times 1 to give us negative 4. And the 1 we are multiplying times root 5 and root 5 to give us 5. And our final answer.